just more and more smoke, leading to the fire that is Keegan Bradley being on this team as a player.
Yeah, I think we're all expecting it at this point. And, Keegan, he knows he can't play poorly in the playoffs. Like, he knows he needs to keep momentum going. And if he continues to play well, he's going to be on this team.
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Christopher Sanchez of the Philadelphia Phillies is one of 3 Major League Baseball pitchers to have a 7-start span featuring an undefeated record, a sub-1.5 ERA, 50 or more innings pitched, 50 or more strikeouts, fewer than 5 walks, no more than 1 home run allowed.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
One big problem for NBC, too many on-air cooks for the coverage, particularly on the weekends. Having 4 on-air teams separate time, divide the time, was really outrageous. You had Mike Tirico and his partner. You had Dan Hicks, NBC Sports' lead golf commentator, and his partner. You had Steve Sands from Golf Channel and his partner. And you had Terry Gannon, who, by the way, if you don't know, is going to become an NBA play-by-play voice.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day on a marvelous Monday evening. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, and, of course, betting on the world of sports. Baseball, one WNBA game, unfortunately, starts, Gabe and I will be just going off the air at 10 o'clock, but we could obviously preview it, throw a couple of winners out there, a little NFL recap from this weekend. Interesting trend I want to get Gabe's thoughts on whether he thinks that was an anomaly or is that something for things to come. So we'll get to it all. Black Clouds, SGPs, and our 5 on the line as well. What's going on, Gabe? How was your weekend?
We're ready to rock, Scott. Like you said, kind of a lighter night tonight. It's the calm before the storm. We're now 12 days away from the start of the college football season. NFL football, obviously, rapidly approaching as well. I'm on the Detroit Tigers right now, Scott, but I got to play. I didn't play the Red Sox in the Astros game. I didn't want to force it. So I'm not forcing a play there, but I am going to play the D-backs and Rangers. And not a lot of people know about Nelson, Scott, but the guy's been straight fire. 9 of his last 10 starts, he's given up 2 runs or less. We know how good Eovaldi is. He's given up 2 runs or less. He's given up 2 runs, actually, in his last 30 and 2/3 innings, Scott. 2 runs. 2 runs in the last 30 and 2/3 innings for Eovaldi. So I'm going to go Nelson. Nelson's been he's got 16 strikeouts, Scott, his last 2 starts. 8 apiece. 8 strikeouts his last start, 8 strikeouts the start before. It's 4.5 tonight. So let's go Nelson over 4.5 strikeouts. And let's go under 7.5 in the game as well. I don't think there's going to be a lot of runs. I remember last week we were talking about the first 5, and you said it's rare you get to 3.5 when it's like 7.5. They did tonight, Scott. Because I was like, You know what, I'll play the under 4. Because remember last week I gave a pick. It won that under 4 that I gave. And I was thinking I'm going to do the same thing. It's 7.5. It's going to be 4. It's 3.5 the first 5 innings tonight in that game.
Ooh, that's tough, 3.5, right? I mean, you get 1 or 2 runs in the first inning.
That's why I just bet
the
7.5 instead, dude. I was like, all right, I'll just bet the game to the under, you know?
Yeah. I tell you, that Houston Red Sox game, we'll get into it, but man, it's an endless list of storylines, Gabe, for that game. You got Christian Javier pitching for the first time in
forever.
Tommy John surgery. You got Garrett Crochet, we got two of the hottest pitchers in baseball going tonight. Not necessarily in that game, but Crochet for Boston, Eovaldi for the Texas Rangers. You got Carlos Correa, first time playing in Houston since the trade, since the Astros were on the road. And then you got Alex Bregman, now with the Red Sox, first game back in Houston since he signed in the offseason. So the storylines are galore. That should really be a good game. So looking forward to that.
I don't want to land a price, though. The price is high, Scott. For
crazy,
Boston to be that big of a favorite, it's Houston or pass for me, right? And I don't really want to take Houston. That's what in-game betting is for. If I had to, I would take Houston and just hope for the best.
That was 175, Gabe, this morning. I generally get up, I do my routine in the morning. I'll take a look at the lines and just have a little point of reference to later on when I make some of the plays. And it was minus 175. I'm like, Louis Tiant coming out of retirement here? He's coming out of his grave to pitch for the Red Sox? I mean, 175? So... and even now it's still 162. So we'll break it all down. It is a big number. 5 on the line, last lefty on Friday. I forget exactly what it was. We were 4-1. We went over the Mason-Dixon line there as far as winning in the week. We needed to do that. So we did last week. So we're 203 up, 141 down, 60-plus games over 500. So time for a little 5 on the line. We'll throw these out here real quickly because we got a couple that are starting, although the two others that are a little bit later on. But we'll start in WNBA. We got one WNBA game later on tonight, Golden State hosting Connecticut. I like the Valkyries. Give me them under. They're 20-10 under, the number one under team, at least over-under stat-wise in the WNBA. 20 unders, only 10 overs. Connecticut stinks. So let's go under 155.5 Connecticut at Golden State. To baseball we go. That Red Sox game, first pitch in about 2 minutes here, right? So we'll use two. Red Sox, 18-3, their last 21 games listed as a favorite. Now, I wouldn't do it. Gabe just said he wouldn't do it, so these are just the trends. But the trend says Red Sox. It was minus 175 this morning. That's the line we use. It's down to 162. I wouldn't even lay 162. I just wouldn't. So same game. Red Sox on a monster overrun, 9-2 over. Astros 8-3 over their last 11. So trends say over 7.5. Boston and Houston. I don't mind that one as much. Dodgers play number 2 as we go from 5 down to 1. Dodgers 17-5 under their last 22 road games, including 10-1 their last 11. Overall, similar numbers. You could have picked whichever stat you wanted to give. We chose those. So let's go under 8.5 LA Dodgers at the LA Angels. And that leaves us with just one. The coup de grace, creme de la creme, numero uno trend for tonight, boys. San Diego and the Giants. Giants, as you see, 1-10 their last 11 home games. Padres on a monster 11-3 last 14 overall run. So, where are we going to go? Go San Diego. They're the obvious choice. San Diego, in fact, you're getting odds. Plus 112 it was this morning. Similar odds now. San Diego plus the 112 with Darvish on the hill at San Francisco. Gabe, what do you think?
You know what? It's amazing with the Dodgers. I'll start off with the Dodgers under run, as you talk about. They've just been a straight-out under machine for basically the last 2.5 going on nearly 3 weeks right now. But they're one of those teams that it's always scary when you bet it, isn't it? Right? Because you're like, man, they got to break loose. They're going to break loose. They're going to break loose. And they really haven't. There's been a couple of spots here and there, but they really haven't. Soriano on the hill here tonight for the Angels. He does give up a lot of contact, but on the other side of things, Scott, Yamamoto's been straight cash, right? He's very, he's a great pitcher. Not to mention, the Angels don't really see him very much, right? Like, in fact, they haven't seen him. There's one guy that's batted against them. They haven't seen him. So I'm expecting Yamamoto to have a big night tonight. Dodgers in a minus 180 neighborhood, Scott. It's sort of that cutoff. I don't like laying it. It's a little bit different with the Dodgers. I prefer if it was 60 cents, like you were talking about, 62 with the Red Sox. But I do think the Dodgers get it done tonight. Should be noted, too, the Angels swept them earlier in the year, Scott. So The Angels will have the Dodgers' attention tonight, right? They're only 2 up on San Diego. They're going to remember getting swept not that long ago against the Angels. Ohtani going back to the stadium that he played in. You know what his home run prop is tonight, Scott? How low it is? Plus 200.
Oh, I was going to say 240. I figure like 230, 240, 200 even?
Plus 200 to hit a home run.
Wow. I mean, the guy doesn't have 50 home runs. I mean, it's not
he's
like
getting
he's
there.
an
He's got
automatic.
41. He's getting there.
Oh,
He's got
okay,
41.
well, he's on pace. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's funny, Gabe. The Dodgers are like they're like Godfather to me. They really are. I keep on writing them off. They lost 2 out of 3 to St. Louis, which was just awful. A couple series ago. They do take 2 out of 3 against Toronto, but they had a great chance to sweep that series. And I just write them off after every game, saying, I'm not getting suckered in. I'm not getting suckered in anymore. And then the line opens up the next day. Then you see who they're playing, and it's like 19-8, their last 27 against the Angels. It's like, you got Yamamoto's been pitching great. Give me the Dodgers one more time. And I get
see the
suckered
Dodgers
right
though,
back
Scott. There's literally like one team that has won more games than the Dodgers this year. But because of the expectation and because people lose when they bet on them, it gets compounded and people think they're worse than they are.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, just underway. In-game live game day here on the Grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid on this Monday evening. Just getting underway. Scott and Gabe recap our 5 on the line real quickly here. 5 best trends that are remaining for games. WNBA will go with the under, Connecticut and Golden State. Golden State, I keep wanting to say the Warriors. Valkyries 20-10 under this season. Number 1 under team in the WNBA. Red Sox minus the 175. Just trend-wise, not necessarily a pick. They're 18-3. I will say, though, last 21 times listed as a favorite. We're going to go under in that game, both on monster under runs. Dodgers on a monster under runs. We're going to go under Dodgers, Angels 8.5, and then San Diego to close it out as our best trend. As San Diego's playing great and the Giants are playing lousy. So the 5 on the line. We'll see how we do tonight. A couple games here that are going on, including the Stankies. We're going to have George Kurtz on here in about 15 minutes or so, Gabe. It's perfectly set up. Yankees are leading. They're playing great, pitching great. The bullpen hasn't been in play, but we all know it's only a matter of time. So we get that. And look at the Brewers already 1-0. That was one line. Like, it was kind of weird seeing the Red Sox that big of a favorite. And we talked about the Dodgers always being big favorites. But Milwaukee at 2-1 at home, having won 9 in a row. They haven't lost games, since April, for goodness sakes. And they were only a 2-1 favorite, albeit with Jose Quintana on the hill against last place Pittsburgh. Little surprised that line wasn't a bit more.
Yeah, but that's as big of a favorite as they've been in a while, Scott, and it's basically because of the Pirates, right? The Brewers, despite the fact how good they are, they're not that big of favorites most of the time. Remember last week we talked about it when they were playing the Atlanta Braves. It was like minus 140, 146, etc. It's like, you got a bad Braves team against a Brewers team that never loses. It's been the best team in Major League Baseball. We got to call it like it is. They have the best record. Best team in Major League Baseball, and they weren't that heavily favored. Like you said tonight, I think it's in a 210 range. There were a bunch of like minus 200 favorites tonight, on the board. It's one of those nights. Like, the Red Sox, big favorites. That's why I played the Tigers. I know the White Sox playing better baseball, Scott, but minus 150 was enough to get me interested in the Tigers, right? I was like, it's the White Sox, Tigers, division game. Tigers have been a little sloppy lately. I could see them, getting on track here this week. They're up 1-0 early in this game. And you get the Dodgers. Speaking of the Valkyries, I think the Valkyries win the game. I like your under pick. They're, like you said, they're 20-10 to the under on the season, guys. They're 8-2 to the under in their last 10. They're like 6-1 to the under in the last. They're an under team. Like, they're an under team. It's a freaking low total. I mean, dude, you and I, Scott, we're betting overs at 179.5 in this league, right? I'm like, take the over, 182. Go ahead, let's take the over. And now it's 155, and the over better in me is like, man, it's not a lot of points, but you do the math, and I don't think it's a track meet. It's not a 90-80 type of game. Like, Golden State do play defense for real. Connecticut struggled to begin with, and Connecticut played yesterday as well, right? So they're going back-to-back. This is a bad spot for the Sun, and they covered, but bad spot for the Sun playing back-to-back. Valkyries playing for a playoff spot tonight as well as an expansion team. Big game for the Valkyries. Moneyline parlay, Scott. Valkyries to win, Dodgers to win is minus 104. Just for the record, a little WNBA MLB parlay.
Yeah, I actually did that, Gabe. I used that. I don't do this too often. I did a 3-team round robin PP, as we like to call it here, in a public parlay. I used the Valkyries. They were minus 350 or so. Like, they're not going to lose. Connecticut's won 1 road game. They've only won 5 games overall.
No, the Valkyries probably cover, actually, too. I think they're going to cover. I'm going to lay the 8.5, but I'm also going to play a money line parlay. I'm going to play them both, but I think they win by 10 or 12 in that range.
Yeah. So I used them. I used Milwaukee, and I used who was St. Louis against Colorado. I said, how's that? So I put it in a 2-team round robin there with those 3. Figured if I go 2-1, I'll break even. But
the Cardinals will be that one to screw you, maybe. Like you could see some weird game, right, with the Rockies.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, but it's a big series for St. Louis. I mean, I think you and I both agree that they're probably shot. But if you're a Cardinal
they're
fan,
lingering.
They're right there.
They're lingering.
They're 4 back. They're only 4 back. You sweep. If you could sweep Colorado, pick up a game or 2, now all of a sudden you're 2 back. With a month and a half still left of baseball. So, and they own Colorado.
The team.
You see the numbers there. Go ahead.
The team that really took advantage of the standings in the past week, due to the Mets' struggles, were the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
Right? The Reds, we talked a lot about the Reds, guys, and I brought it up. they've never really gone on a run, the Reds, but they don't lose a lot. Like they'll win, you know what I mean? They're grinding. And well, everybody else struggles. They're the Reds, 4, 5, 6 games over 500. And they're not falling off the pace. They don't get ahead, but they're just sort of cruising along, doing their thing. And they've caught it coming into tonight's Scott, at 1.5 behind the Mets only right now. Like the Reds are a game and a half out of a playoff spot. And the further they get, I think this is where the Francona effect comes into play, right? It's only so much a manager can do. But once you get into this, he's been there before. He knows how to keep the room loose. Like, this is why you brought Francona in. The players, they've done a nice job. It's sort of like a horse race, Scott. They're right in the pack. You know what I mean? Can they just get that little bit of a burst? And this is a big-time series for them, but they're not off to a great start tonight. Playing a good Philadelphia Phillies team. They're getting punched in the mouth 4-1 right now.
Yeah. The next 2 weeks is going to be the key. 3 in Philadelphia at home, 3 against Milwaukee, albeit at home. Then they have a 9-game road trip. Angels, Arizona, Dodgers. So, yeah. But I brought this up before, Gabe. I don't know if I mentioned it with you or not, but there's one team in baseball that has not been swept in a series. And
that's what I'm
saying. Cincinnati Reds.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they lose, and then they win. They win 2, they lose. Yeah. They'll lose 2, and then they'll win 3. Like, but it adds up. Like, they're just, they're just right there. If they could just put together like an 8-2 run instead of a 6-4 run. You know what I mean? Like, if you look, they're always 6-4 in their last 10 type of deal. 6-4, 5-5, 6-4. Put up an 8-2. That's all it takes. Like 2 good weeks, man. You climb the ladder fast in Major League Baseball now.
Yeah. They haven't won more than 5 in a row all season. They are the absolute quintessential. I hate when I hear players and managers say this, right? But it's always like, all right, we'll take 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Yeah, we went in there, we lost the third game. I know we won 2 out of 3. And that's what they do. And all of a sudden, they're 5-6 games over 500. They just don't have long losing streaks. It's amazing. Yeah,
but they don't have long winning streaks either. They got to string together a little run, put up a 5 spot in a row, 5 games in a row.
Yeah. SGP coming up next.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth in the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
welcome back. It is In-Game Live Game Day here on the Grid on a marvelous Monday. Hour number one, Scott and Gabe, third segment. You know what we do? A little SGP same game parlay time. All right, let me first pat myself on the back, which we don't get too often around here, so I'll have to do it myself. That's what I always tell the wife. If you're not going to thank me, then I'll have to thank myself, right? So we gave out a nice little 20-1 winner yesterday. Not bad. We would definitely take that with Arizona and Colorado. You know, that's what you have to do. You got to take advantage of these lopsided series. We played it like 2 or 3 different times, and we hit yesterday 20-1. The big one was the fifth inning, any other score where you needed to get 3 runs or more in the fifth inning, and that was the inning, oddly enough, that they exploded for like the 10 runs there. So nice little 20-1 parlay. We're playing with house money here for the rest of the month for sure, if you watched yesterday. For today, though, that's the big thing, right? Right back to, as I was telling with Gabe earlier about the Dodgers. You know, you want to write off the Dodgers, but then you look at the schedule. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Give me the Dodgers. Right? You're right back on it. Well, give me the Dodgers minus the 175. That's what it was this morning when I put it in. We're going to use Dodgers win the first inning. I think at plus 240, this is the one that bumped it up. I think Soriano could pitch well. He has. But I like the Dodgers top of the lineup, and that's when pitchers tend to struggle if they are. So give me the Dodgers to win the first inning. I'll use Ohtani, 2 bases, minus 140, an RBI, plus 105, which is just criminal. But we're going to buy in. Like I said, we won yesterday. Add it all up. It's not a big payout, plus 573. It really should be more, especially knowing that first inning you got to get a run out of L.A. So, but we'll do it. Plus 573, Dodgers, SGP. What do you think?
I like to play, and you know what? If you're playing with house money, you hit a 9-1 last week as well. So who am I to argue with it? I do think Ohtani has a big night tonight, and a base running error yesterday. And I don't know if Dave Roberts did it just so he's showing that he's not. He'll call anybody out that he's not. He doesn't play favorites, but he criticized Ohtani in the press after yesterday, which I was somewhat surprised about. Just about Ohtani's decisions. Wow. And, he's got to make better decisions. Yeah. Which, okay. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm Dave Roberts, I probably don't do that.
Yeah, I would either.
I'd be like, dude, whatever. If he showed up naked today, and I don't care. Like, whatever, dude. Like, we'll look. If it happens every day, talk to me in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But I was like, really, huh?
Wow.
Here it is. Dave Roberts, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani, called out by Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. I could give you the exact context. Shohei Ohtani cost the Dodgers 2 runners on with 2 out in the 5th inning as he elected to attempt to steal third. Right. He didn't have the green light, Scott. He did it on his own. So Ohtani did it on his own, and Roberts said, you know what? That was like we didn't want that. Yeah, he said that was his decision, not a smart baseball play. Like, shut up, Dave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, if Ohtani wants to steal third base on his own, let him steal third base on his own, bro. Like, he's Shohei Ohtani. He made the call. He was wrong. He was out. Okay, I wouldn't have called him out for it.
Yeah, that's beyond stupid. That there's got to be more to that
I should say, Scott,
scenes.
I should say, if I don't like it that much, I talk to him behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
I go up, I just say, listen, Shohei, next time, kind of clear it with us. You know what I mean? Let us know when you're going to steal a base. Like, there's signs, right? Like, give us a heads up on this if you can. Like, but to tell the LA Times after that it was not a smart baseball decision. We'll see how he reacts. I think he's going to smack a home run tonight, right? But
that's another reason to bet him tonight. Then
that's what I'm saying, Scott. I know everything, Scott. I come prepared, buddy. But what do you think, though? Like, I sort of raved when I saw it. I was like, Dave, like, he's not the guy to be calling out, man. Like, okay, he upsets you. He's upset them a couple of times with his base running decisions. Like I said, he's Shohei Ohtani. He's your best player. So shut up. And if you have a problem, deal with it privately.
Yeah. The guy's hitting 284. He's got 40-plus home runs, nearly 80 RBIs. He's pitching, he's hitting.
And you screwed him in his last game. He pitched, Scott. He had 8 strikeouts in 4 innings, and you screwed him.
Yeah.
He hit a home run, and they lost.
Yeah. You took him out of the game too soon. I mean, it's just like, really? There's got to be more to that behind the scenes. Like, this must be like the 3rd or 4th warning or something, because he's not a hardcore manager. Very weird. We'll get George Kurtz's thoughts on it when we come back to Game Live.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
It was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. Like, we now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth of the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. Like I do. Like sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. Let's bring on our first guest on the evening. Should be pretty happy. Yankees are leading. Brewers are leading, big favorites. Cardinals are leading, big favorites. So Red Sox are actually leading big favorites, surprisingly enough. So he is the master of the chalk. And that is our good buddy, George Kurtz. What's going on, George? How are you tonight? I'm thinking you're in a good mood so far tonight. So far, the key.
You hit 3 out of 4, right? I don't have anything on Boston, so I didn't hear about them. But the other 3 are a big yes here. You left out Detroit. They're winning as well here, so yes. So they're going as well. Hey, the Yankees have their Washington Generals in town, right? If they can't beat the Twins, that's when you know it's over.
What's their record against the Twins? Is it 23-4, 24-4 in that range? Like, they're dominant.
I've seen
I think they've won
goes much further backwards.
Yeah, no, we can go back years, but I'm saying the last, it's like a 20-4 run or something, like 27-3, whatever. It's in that range, Scott. They don't lose to the Twins. They don't lose to the Twins.
I believe the only time in the last 12 years they have lost a season series to the Twins was the last time they didn't make the playoffs in 23.
How many times did you beat them in the playoffs?
Listen, they are the Washington Generals. They're the Patsies.
Yeah.
You see, with Twins coming to town, you're like, yeah, Yankee time, right? If they can't win this series against the Twins, and they're not playing great tonight, by the way. They got 3 runs, 3 solo home runs. But the big criticism of the Yankees, they're not really playing baseball, but they do have, 3 long balls that got the Yankees the 3 runs. And hey, they actually had a pitcher go 6 innings as well. Another small miracle.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to the games that are going to begin here in a little bit, anything on the board right now? Like I said, we got the favorites leading, but does anything entice you, in these games that are already underway?
Yeah, you already mentioned things are going my way tonight. As a Gay doesn't call me Captain Chalk for no reason here, and all the chalk is coming through tonight. Brewers just took a 4-1 lead, I see. I think it was 2-1 when we started the show here.
Cards up 1-0.
Already on the cards. And that's off the board for some reason. And that game's on TV. I don't know why. Nothing's really happening. Run first, 2 outs. I don't know why that's off my board here.
Arizona's up 1-0 on Texas, guys. That's an early. There's a favorite. I didn't play Texas. But I played the under 7.5, and I played this Nelson dude. I brought it up, George. Nelson on the D-backs. Dude's given up 2 runs or less in 9 of his last 10 starts. He's been very consistent.
He's come along nicely for the D-backs this season, right? So it hasn't been bad. I took Texas. I just thought they maybe would wake up after getting swept by Philadelphia over the weekend, and they have not. But that's maybe an in-game spot. If you want to go if I want to double down on Texas, it's -113. Probably not good enough for me. You think they might be a small favorite here, or plus money here if down 1-0. But the books still think Texas is going to come back and win this game. So I'm not going to double down there. You mentioned the Astros. Had a pretty good weekend against the Yankees. They're plus 340 if you want to take them. I'm not feeling that.
They're plus 2.5. Plus 2.5, plus 115 for the Astros. So if they can sort of keep it within 2, Crochet goes 6 type deal, maybe 7. You know, how long does he go? That's somewhat exactly. He doesn't jump off the screen. Royals are 2-2 right now, but they're minus 180.
I don't like betting on players making their first start when they've been out. Well, in this case, the season. That's why I didn't take Houston in the first place. I probably should have taken Boston. I just didn't love the price here. They do want to guard Crochet's innings. That's why he skipped a start, 2 starts ago? So maybe he will only go 6 and you can hit the Boston bullpen. But my thing is I wonder if the Red Sox already have 5-6 runs and winning 5-6-1 by that time.
Yeah, I'm just curious. We missed this game. There's so much going on at the start of the show, right? I'll give you one guess who hit a home run for the Red Sox tonight. Alex Bregman.
Oh, did he?
Bregman,
he did?
Yeah,
Bregman?
First
yeah. Good. I got Bregman over 19.5 home runs, and he was on cruise control.
All right.
And he got hurt. So it slowed down his numbers. I believe this is his 15th now. So I'm going to need 5 more down the stretch.
He'll get it. Stay so. Listen, speaking of home runs.
First game back in Houston. I mean, if you want to play hunch plays, we talked about it, like Bregman.
Well, Bregman
would have been the one. Yeah.
What do you think of that, George? Ohtani tonight. So Dave Roberts called him out after the loss last night and said he's got to be smarter and not hurt the team. Like, he called out Ohtani publicly. And he said that was his decision. He tried to steal third. He ended an inning. And Dave Roberts was very upset. I think he should have done this privately, but I don't know the clubhouse, right? Maybe this was a long time coming, and who knows, right? Why he did it, but Ohtani is plus 200 to hit a home run tonight, George. I brought up the number to Scott earlier. Extremely low, but I really get the feeling he's going to crush one tonight back in Angel Stadium.
Not because he's been crushing him anyway, right? He's been hitting a lot of home runs. We know they had that short wall there in right field. He also made not the last out of the game, but the second to last out where they had bases loaded with 1 out yesterday, and he struck out rather than get that tying run in there. So I think there'll be a little revenge there. As far as that's my way of saying, by the way, yes, I like Ohtani hit a home run tonight as well. But I might like that anyway if he wasn't going with the Angels. He's been hot. As for calling him out, I don't think you do that in the media unless you've already had this conversation in private, and that didn't work. And he's still doing stuff like that. We all know the cardinal rule in baseball: you don't make the first or third out at third. All right, so I don't have an issue with it as long as he's tried it in private. And then it hasn't worked. And he keeps doing things like this. Although that being said, I don't remember too many other things going, wow, Ohtani did what? That was stupid. I don't remember too many of those outside of what happened yesterday.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
Yeah. We were talking, George, maybe also it shows the pressure that maybe Dave Roberts is under. They've been playing mediocre baseball for about a month, and you would think you'd get the pass after winning the World Series, but you know how LA is, right? I mean, they want to win every single game. Maybe that's part of him calling him out. I'm going to double down on that bet. Since we missed Bregman. Although we brought up he was playing his first game, but it just didn't take the next step and bet him to hit a home run. He probably would have been like 3 or 4 to 1. I'm going to double down on Ohtani. I'm not missing out twice. The Hunt's playing. I got to make up for screwing up the last one. So
even though it's only plus 200.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It can be minus at this point. I'm not missing both these guys to hit a home run. Watch Carlos Correa hit a home run for Houston tonight because it's his first game since they acquired him, back in Houston. Who do you like,
tried
Dodgers
that with Suarez.
Sorry,
I just want to say I tried that with Suarez with Seattle, Scott, his first night back. It didn't work.
Right, yeah. I think he's still looking for his first hit. I mean, he has been awful. Man. Dodgers, Angels. Where you going, George? Dodgers?
Of course, if I go with the Angels, I shouldn't say that the Angels have been an okay team, but I'm going with the Dodgers. I feel a little bit better about the Dodgers of late. I laid off them for about 2 weeks because they weren't hitting. Now Mookie Betts starting to hit again. Freeman looks like Freeman again. I think it's funny. Right. Muncy comes back. I know he's not considered one of the big Dodgers, but he came back a week ago. And he's hitting a lot of home runs. And also that lineup gets lengthened a little bit. The Dodgers look like the Dodgers again. So I feel a little bit better about the Dodgers here. The question is, I haven't laid this bet yet. Minus 168 I'm looking at here. It's a little bit above my comfort zone here. If I go back to the run line, I guess a lot of people betting the Angels then.
Yeah. Let me see. What am I seeing here? Son of a bitch. I'm getting profiled. I got a minus 180. They know I bet the Dodgers.
Wow. Whoa. Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting a one player. I got minus 180. Really?
Yeah.
Let me hit refresh on this. Really? Come on.
I'm going to go
that's the days of the local Louis the Lip. We used to whenever call up for Red Sox games. Like Louis, the Red Sox, the Red Sox are favored by minus 140. Yeah, it's 180 with you. How come?
Usually I get the bad price. Well, he is on the West Coast.
This is Bet365. I'm looking at Bet365. Yeah, they got minus 180. And look, just for the record, let's compare another game here. They got the Giants at minus 130 and San Diego plus 110. What do you guys have for that?
Correct, same thing.
I have that. Yeah.
Wow. See, same thing. And they're juicing the Dodgers here.
Yeah. I got A's minus 110, Tampa Bay minus 106 on that one.
Yeah, I got 110 for both actually there. So it's just the Dodger game. They really are.
Dodgers. I don't doubt that happens. I really don't, right? I mean, it's a computer, and they're seeing what games and what teams you play more than others, right? I mean,
they do it. They do. They do know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, talking some baseball with George Kurtz, maybe a little NFL as well when we come back in Game Live.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth of the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe chatting with our good buddy George Kurtz. No change in the scores. Brewers did tack on a couple more. It's 5-1 now over Pittsburgh. Yanks still 3-1. Tigers still 1-0. So we'll head back to the games in a little bit. We'll go back to the
D-backs.
games. D-backs.
3-0. They just hit a home run.
Wow.
3-0, guys. 2-run shot. I'll let you know in a second here. I can't tell yet.
That's glad
but yeah, it's 3-0. I can tell you that.
Eovaldi, I'll tell you this about Eovaldi. You rattled it off earlier, Gabe. He's been just like unbelievable. He would lead the ERA for Major League Baseball if he had enough innings. He's at 1.38, which is just mind-boggling. He's allowed 2 earned runs just 2 earned runs since
2 runs
June
in 30 and 2/3 innings. Yeah.
Him and Bob
this is for
Gibson
Kurtz.
are the only pitchers. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a home run for the Twins. Another shot. They're just chipping away 3-2 now.
If he brings
as soon as I
Devin
said there were
Williams
no
anywhere
changes.
near this game, if Devin Williams is even in the bullpen right now, I think I'll freak.
Boone's coming out. He's coming out. He's making a change, Kurtz. He's coming out right now.
Probably Luke Weaver. I would think Luke Weaver's coming in here, and then Bednar to close it out would be my guess, and then Doval.
So all 5 runs? You said the Yankees hit 3. All 5 runs have been home runs in this game.
Larnach, Buxton, Bellinger, which, by the way, cashed my seasoned home run prop there of 21.5. Thank you, Clay. Cody, whichever one it is. Ben Rice and Giancarlo Stanton all hit home runs. Cody, Clay, whichever. Listen, the other one was there at the old Timers game, so I'm not getting all mixed up now. Which one's which?
Yeah. Cody's like 10 times the big. Cody was he was just a mediocre player at best, Bellinger. So, how about Mariano Rivera, by the way, blowing out his Achilles?
Clay Bellinger,
Isn't that typical Yankee bullpen right now, though? That should surprise anybody.
The father is mediocre.
The father,
yeah. He was playing center field, by the way. You know, what is this? But this guy's a reliever, and they had poor Mariano Rivera playing center field when he ripped his Achilles.
I think they need guys who can actually move to play the outfield at Old Timers Day, right? You see a lot of these guys? I mean,
that's how bad things are for the Yankees. They got Mariano Rivera in outfield.
Even their old timers, they can't find anyone to play. All right, how about Padres and Giants? Talking about a sinking ship. Boy, the Giants have just fallen off the map. Padres playing good ball. They took 2 out of 3 against my Red Sox over the weekend. Any interest in that game?
I think it's Logan Webb. If it's anybody but Webb, I'd be on the Padres here. But Logan Webb is their best pitcher. He's had a good year. And it's Darvish. I know Darvish had a good last start, but before that, he was awful. So I'm on the Giants. Small play on the Giants here. It's minus, I think it was 128 when I got it. It's minus 130 now. So I guess Giants are the favorite play here. So we'll go back to the chalk here. We'll take Logan Webb and the San Fran Giants to stop the Padres' momentum tonight.
What's the last one we got? Oh, Tampa Bay and the A's. We're getting to the point where some of these series, just like Washington and Kansas City, for me, like who cares? Tampa Bay's not quite into that category, but Tampa Bay and the A's.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I wanted to give George the benefit of the doubt, maybe, but you never know. It's the old bailout San Jose versus Hawaii.
Is there a big trend or something in this game? There's got to be something. Like, is there? What's the angle with this game?
A's are under 11-3 last 14.
I don't want to bet under 10 in that stadium.
Yeah, no. 3-14 is Tampa Bay. Last 17 road games. Only 4-13 overall anyway. So yeah, I didn't bet it either. But it's like pick your poison, right? You want to bet on the A's? You want to bet on Tampa Bay?
You betting that game?
I am betting that game. Listen, I'm taking the over.
Good
all right, it's automatic. I got some home run prop plays in that game as well.
All right, yeah.
Gonna have some fun.
I need Rooker. I need Rooker to hit some home runs. I got Rooker over 33.5. What's he at? 24? A little 25, 26, 24 off the top of my head. Let me see Rooker.
I don't know what he has offhand. I think you're good. I think he'll get it. All right, so I'm okay there. But I got Rooker to hit a home run tonight. Gonna go my namesake, Mr. Kurtz.
Hit 24.
I don't know if Rooker's
Nick
I don't know
Kurtz,
if Kurtz has hit once as they hit those 4 home runs in a game, but he's been a little he's hitting the ball, but he's not hitting home runs also. We'll hope he gets back on the board tonight. And I got Caminero as well, of course, with the Tampa Bay Rays. He's been hot also here. So we'll play a little home run place tonight.
I say Rooker hits one tonight, actually. He's hot. He's due. He's due to hit one, actually. Not hot, but he's due. That's what I mean. He's due to hit one. He's been at 24 for like a week or something. When's the last time he hit a home run? Let me see.
He hit one yesterday or the day before,
Let's see.
Yeah, you're right. He hit one. You're right. He hit one on Saturday.
It was a monster too.
Before that, last time he hit one was July 30th.
Yeah, a while ago. So maybe he's getting, you know, these home run hitters, they get streaks. So maybe he's into
but look, Scott,
he had 2 hits yesterday, too.
Like 9 of their last 12 games, Wetzel. Look at this. They've been on the road. Perfect spot for him back home in the sandbox. They've been on the road a lot. So it's time for him to hit a home run at home.
Yeah. Let him put up big numbers. Well, they're going to play there again next year. I was going to say, let him put up big numbers this year. Then you bet the under next year, but they're going to be there again next year. So I guess you really can't do that. How about football, George? You know, you and I did the show yesterday, and as it turned out, we got 2 more overs yesterday. So throw out the Detroit game, right? The Lions and Falcons, since that one was stopped. Gabe and I worked that game. And we are now at 14-2 over in the 16 preseason games. I mean, I asked you yesterday, I'll ask you again, you know, are you betting overs this upcoming weekend blindly? Because at 14-2, that's more than just fluky. There's something to that.
I would agree. Now, listen, there's no games Thursday this week, which I find very weird, but there's 2 games on Friday. I'm probably going to – I want to see what happens Friday. If both games Friday go over, then I think we'll hit the overs pretty hard on Saturday because then there is something to it, which is kind of weird because we are seeing teams play their regulars more than they have in the past, but not immensely more. All right. I mean, Cincinnati had a couple of series there with Burrow. Okay, that's going to add for another touchdown or 2. I get it. But we're not seeing this over and over again here. I don't know why defenses aren't playing well. Is it all because of the kickoff, which you brought up yesterday? So teams are starting a little go, 5-10 yards better field position. I don't know if that can be the full reason either, but I think there is something to it right now. 14-2, it's hard to ignore.
What do you think, Gabe? Would you bet the over blindly at 14-2? I'm almost ready to.
I'm looking now. They've adjusted, but not crazily. So Titans, Falcons, 38. Chiefs, Seahawks, 42.5. Panthers, Texans, 38.5. Browns, Eagles, 39.5. So not too crazy of numbers.
Yeah. All right, Black Cloud coming up. Black Cloud coming up next.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
They're already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth of the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe closing out hour number one. Thanks again, George Kurtz, SportsGrid Radio TV host. You see it here all the time here on the grid. Last segment, hour number one. You know what we do? Our best play of the remaining games, our Black Cloud Play of the Day. All right, gave you a nice little winner on Friday. I forget what it was, but I know it won because we're 25 games back over 500, 62-37. So we don't have a lot to choose from tonight. A couple of games. Going to stay away from the Dodgers. We got that in the SGP. Don't like Tampa Bay in the Athletics. So we're going to use the WNBA game. And I chickened out a little bit. I did. I like the under. I like Golden State. I really don't want to lay the 8. And I was surprised that the boys in Vegas gave me a decent number. If you go to adjusted lines, I'm going to lay the 3.5. You do have to lay 2-1, but it takes a big bite off that 8. The chances are they end up covering anyway. You know, Gabe said it earlier. You know, Golden State's fighting for a playoff spot. They're the much better team. Connecticut's won one game on the road. They're not going to win. They're 500 against the spread on the road.
Connecticut played yesterday. In Los Angeles.
And Connecticut played yesterday in LA, right? Yeah, and that's the big game. Nobody cares about the Golden State game. You know, even in the WNBA, LA is the kingpin. So, but we're up. We're playing with house money here. So because of that, I'll lay the 2-1. Didn't want to lay the 350. That was too big. Chances are, if Golden State wins, they're going to cover the 3.5. So, like I said, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They need to win. They can't take the Connecticut lightly. They're an expansion team. Why would they? So give me Golden State. Gabe May laying to 3.5, albeit at minus 2-1.
I think Golden State covered a number today. It is a little high. It'll be close to the number. I don't think Golden State are going to win by 20 or anything like that, but I think they can cover late. I think it'll be close to the number. I'm going to take a chance and lay the points. We'll play the under in the game. You laid out the numbers. They're 20-10 to the under on the season, 8-2 to the under in their last 10. They're an under team, this team, right? They play good defense. Connecticut should get tired as this game goes on tonight. It's a low number at $1.55. I will say, though, Mabry, though, her prop, it was 15.5. She's gone over 15.5 in 5 of her last 7. But the betting market adjusted today, Scott. Only one game on the board, so the prop got moved to 16.5. Wow. They got hit early, earlier today, and it got moved to 16.5. So I got scared off by that, but I'm going to lay the points, and I'll play the parlay. Golden State to win the game and the LA Dodgers to win the game at minus 105.
All right. They got FanDuel here in New York now has the number at 154. So, well, that's really, you're right. I'm generally an over player when it comes to WNBA. There's really only 2 teams I'll bet unders on.
It's plummeting down. Everyone's taking it, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
I thought you were going to say the Dodgers were 154, and I was about to get mad because I was going to say I got it at 180, and this is ridiculous. I was like, whoa, hey, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh God, really Scott, I'm looking now. I got 153.5 tonight in this game now.
Wow,
that's 153.5. It was 155.5 before. 153.5 now.
Wow. See, now you got to worry about the 90-65 blowout win. I mean, I don't think it's going to be
like
that.
153.5. Yeah, that's getting late.
Yeah. I mean, you get over 153 points, by accident. That's 80-75 or 85-70. I mean, it's
I kind of think the score is that. I kind of think it's going to be like 85-72 type thing. 80, you know what I mean? 83 in that range. Like I said, I think it'll be right around the number, but losing 2 points of value on an already low total doesn't excite me. I'll tell you that right now. And I didn't bet it yet, actually, either. So I'm second guessing this now. I don't know if I want to play 153.5.
Yeah. You know what I would do? I'd probably go under first half because I'm thinking if it goes over, it's because it's a Golden State, blowout win. Although you can make the case even if it's competitive. I mean, it's funny, Gabe, when you give the score.
They beat them by 24 earlier this year. I just want to throw that out there. They smoked them. Let me get the exact score.
70. is doable, right? 85-70. That is like minus 155. That's over. Like, oh, fudge. I could see that.
Let's see. They played when they played. So they played. Interesting. They both smoked each other on their home court. They played June 22nd in San Francisco, and Golden State won 87-63. So right at 150.
Yeah.
Right at 150. And then the other one, Scott, they played July 27th in Connecticut, and Connecticut won 95-64.
Yeah. I remember
that.
that.
One of the 8.5 tonight. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, look, they have two blowouts. And who's more likely to blow who out tonight? I think Golden State's more likely to blow them out.
Golden State, yeah. Rob Donaldson, UnderdogFantasy.com, coming up next.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. Like, we now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pavetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth in the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. Like I do. Like sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, fourth-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look.
Right.
Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you drafted quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is hour number 2 in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe till 10 p.m. Eastern time. Full slate of baseball tonight. We got the one WNBA game we were talking about before we closed out hour number 1. Got some decent teams all leading tonight. We do have a no-hitter watch, which we can officially, generally my line in the sand is that the 5th inning. If you get through 5, then at least you can start paying attention to it. Miles Michaelis, of all people, throwing a no-hitter, albeit against the Colorado Rockies. So maybe another inning or so, and FanDuel might put up some props on will there be a no-hitter in that game. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's welcome in our next guest, Rob Donaldson. UnderdogFantasy.com is the website for all his plays and all the action, all the fun that they do supply. Rob, what's going on tonight? How are you, Gabe and Scott? How are you on this Monday evening?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. A lot of really great baseball games. And also, as a Cardinals fan, watching Miles Michaelis going out there trolling a no-no, like, this is the second time he's flirted with it in his career. And we'll see if this one can come to fruition. The other one went 8 innings, 2/3, and then a ball flew over Harrison Bader's head last time this happened.
I'm going to jump in. I got a number for this.
Okay.
Colorado Rockies team total run 0.5. Under plus 1,100. At this stage of the game, 11-1 is worth rolling the dice on, guys. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 more innings to get through, right? Or 3 more. We're in the 6 right now, right? So we're in the 6.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 4 more.
Yeah, 6. So 4 more, exactly. So the inning just ended too. So if you're gonna get in on this now, I'm gonna get in on this. It's under team alternate total hits. So you go to team props, and then it's under the team alternate. I'm gonna get it 11-1, Scott. That's higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
that is a big higher.
Right? I didn't even know they offered that stuff like that. So all right, so it's 4-1. You know, the other thing is I always like betting on teams, Rob, when there being no hit. And then generally my rule of thumb is at least through 6, really into the 7th when the pitcher starts.
Have we lost Scott? So Scott was talking about the no-hitter here. And you say you're a Cardinal fan. We were talking about this earlier. Stadium's kind of empty. I get it. It's the Rockies and stuff, hot night, but they're not fully done, right? If they go on a run, you look like the Reds. The Mets are losing all the time. The Reds are could have a hard time with the Phillies this week. Perfect opportunity for the Cardinals to go on a run, isn't it? They just have to handle their business. They only have run. They're actually lucky they're getting this pitching jam, aren't they? They only have 1 freaking run against the Rockies.
And right now with the Cardinals, they're in kind of that almost potential upside sort of spot where they have a lot of young guys in the rotation that they're bringing up to fill in the gaps of guys that they traded away. They also have lineup pieces that they're seeing if they can actually merge into something. I mean, Michael McGreevy is one of the dudes in the rotation now that has spent most of the year in AAA, but has some really nasty stuff and looked really nasty yesterday. And if Jordan Walker and maybe Mason Wynn and some of these young bats can really emerge in the second half, they are one of those weird teams that potentially could have kind of realized something down the road here.
And you know what? This is a good start if you want to. I think we got Scott.
Rob,
how about this?
2-0 Astros just scored. They got runners.
First pitch of the inning, they swing at. That's what you want to see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, guys got a no-hitter. You're like this. I swear to God, he hit it hard too, bro. It got smoked in the right field. I'm seeing it here now. I'm like, oh boy, I just bet under. So I bet it plus 1,100 that they won't get a hit. He smoked it, but might be one of those lucky days for him, man. It was right at the right fielder. Like, he didn't really have to move very much. Like, nice positioning. So, hey, he's getting closer. That's a quick out. That helps.
And honestly, right now, given the Miles Michaelis effect, I hate to say this as a Cardinals fan, but I really do think the money line for the Rockies is actually at play and probably in the best spot that you can actually bet it, because to that point of what you just mentioned, first pitch, it got rocketed.
Plus 290.
Miles has exactly, and there's a reason why it's so short, right? Because Miles has been giving up a ton of hits.
I tell you what, the good thing, I suppose, or maybe it's the bad thing, I don't know, but he only has 57 pitches. He's pitching in the 6th inning. I think I'd almost rather have it, though, Gabe, because you don't have it as Michael is throwing a no-hitter. You just have straight, over-under hits. So I'd almost rather have him get yanked after like 6 or 7, then bring in a couple of relievers to close out the no-hitter versus Michaelis.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's done.
And
son of a bitch.
And I will
he just
say,
gave up a single.
Bullpen, there we go. How about that?
All right.
We jinxed it.
Last long. We jinxed.
That's that.
I thought that was funny. They offered that so quickly. Usually they wait like through 6, maybe even through 7, but they were awfully quick to throw that up there.
They have team hits all game. Like, you could bet 3.5 now still. Yeah, they have team total alternate hits. Yeah.
I don't think here in New York I have that. Let me go to a game. Let me pick Arizona, Texas. I have runs. Maybe what category is it under? Total runs
under team props. Like, team runs. So usually it's under team. Like, it'll say team props.
Yeah, I don't
I'll look at FanDuel myself here. That's a thing too. They might have it in another state somewhere, right? I mean, they have different props. Let me see what they have. I'm on Bet365, and they do have a million props. I like this prop, guys, for hockey. I'll bet like hockey shutout. Sometimes, like after the first period, it'll be like, man, I'm getting plus 800 for a shutout here, right? So you could bet like team alternate goals, runs as well, points. They've got it all. I would assume. Let me see with the. It would have to be a game not in the 9th inning here, though. Let me see. Sort of see. I'll go to the Cardinal game. Let me see what they have here. All right,
or
home
even like
team.
Twins, Yankees.
Yeah,
FanDuel has what they. Let's see. Hits
New
and
York's
runs.
limited. There's a ton of things
Here it
we don't
is.
have here in New York. Yeah.
Colorado alternate. Yeah, I found it. See, I find everything. Colorado alternate team runs. Yeah, they have it.
Team runs, but not team hits.
Team
and I will
runs,
say,
let's
Hunter
see.
Goodman's at bat right now. You might want to take the over on team runs.
No, you're right. They have what'll happen in next at bat too. Like it's weird. They got a lot of stuff here, but no, yeah. Total hits, total runs. Let's see. No,
like,
I don't.
They have
Let's
some
see.
Things and not others. Very strange.
They took the hits. Yeah, they don't have it. FanDuel doesn't. You're right. They have 7th inning hits, 8th inning hits, so you can sort of bet that. Like you could hit, attack it in that way. You could bet how many hits per inning, but they don't have. I'm seeing here they don't have the team total hits. Bet365 does, just for the record.
Man. Two of the hottest pitchers, Rob, in baseball, heading into tonight, Nathan Eovaldi and Garrett Crochet, right? I mean, you got to play unders, right? Both teams. Crochet has given up 3 runs, and it's still batting in the bottom of the 3rd, and Eovaldi's given up 5 runs, still batting in the 4th inning. So I don't know if you had the unders or Texas or the Red Sox in any of those games, but another example, not that we need any more, of how difficult it is to kind of figure out Major League Baseball.
Yeah, when you do have those power pitchers, the unfortunate kind of downside to all those strikeouts and attack in the zone is that you're going to give up some hard hits, and unfortunately, they're kind of running into it tonight. And yeah, unfortunate for those who kind of thought that the score would be going under when they're getting prey tagged up.
Yeah, crazy.
I gave the prop.
3 games. Go ahead.
Earlier, I said Nelson over 4.5 strikeouts, free money. He's already at 5. Already at 5. Nelson on the D-backs. His strikeout prop was 4.5 tonight.
Very nice. We'll get Rob's thoughts on the other games that have yet to start when we come back.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sports sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups. My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe chatting with Rob Donaldson. UnderdogFantasy.com. It's UnderdogFantasy.com. So the no-hitter is over, and it is 1-0. I tell you what, if this dopey Cardinal team loses to Colorado, which has been giving up 10 runs like it's nobody's business, with only 1 run, they're up 1-0, bottom of the 6th. That would just be horrible. At home, chance to maybe get yourself back into the thick of things in this wild card race in the National League. You just can't.
Especially you get a near no-hitter from Mikolas, and you're only up by 1.
Jeez,
how about this? The Astros guys have come back 3-2. They're leading over Boston.
Yeah, that line, right?
Man, that was a big price. I didn't trust it.
Yeah, that was a crazy price. I know Crochet's been pitching well, but who'd you like in that game?
You know, I actually like the Red Sox through the first 5 on that run line. And in large part, it wasn't actually because of Crochet necessarily, but because the Astros have been playing so darn hot, just swept the Yankees in kind of a really notable series. And Christian Javier coming off of that injury stint as well. I love targeting those types of pitchers, especially when they're going up against a lineup that does put balls in play. So I would still be on the lookout for runs. Right now we have 5 through just 3 frames. I wouldn't be surprised if that number is something like 8 at this point with all the runs going off the board.
It's 9.5
total 9.5
right
in game. Yeah, it's high.
How
about this? The Nationals guys, they've come back on the Royals 4-4-2. The Nats are up 4-2 on the Royals. Another one I didn't trust the Royals. I just passed on that one tonight.
Yeah, another one where if you want to have one last gasp at making a playoff put, you can't be losing at home to Washington if you're Kansas City, Rob.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the Kansas City Royals, I thought, did an incredible job at the deadline by not really giving up any pieces, actually acquiring prospects, but also getting better at the same time. And their lineup has actually really shown out here since the deadline. And unfortunately, the Nationals lineup, that's all they got. Like, their pitching is going to go out there and give 4 or 5 earned per game, but their lineup is going to get, sometimes that 3 to 7 range. And that's a unique spot when you're talking about either like the totals or even just backing them on the money line.
Dodgers, Angels. Who do you like in that one tonight?
Well, again, we just kind of talked about the Nationals, and the Angels are kind of like a souped up version of the Nationals where they actually have some capable starting pitching. One of the guys who is capable is that Jose Soriano, who's taking the bump tonight. And the Angels lineup, man, this is one of the best lineups in all of baseball right now. They go out there and they hit everybody. They put up 5 on Skubal last time. They saw a really dominant pitcher. Now they're going up against Yoshi Yamamoto, and I do feel like the runs are coming for the Angels, and they're going to come early against him. And when you are looking at that plus 146 through the first 5, I really love the Angels on the first 5 money line, especially because you get that double jeopardy effect where if it is tied through the first 5 frames, you just kind of get your money back, but you also have the option of that plus 146 if they come out 1 run ahead.
I've got an update with the number here. Shohei Ohtani, we were talking earlier. Shohei Ohtani's home run prop was plus 200. Extremely low number, right? You never really see a number that low, Rob. It's plus 175 now to hit a home run.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Not the lowest I've ever seen, but I saw Ohtani once earlier this year at plus 150 once. I was like, that's just stupid.
Wow.
I think it was against the Rockies. It was like plus 150.
Right.
And I was like, I can't play this. And of course he hit it, right? And I was like, yeah. But I didn't play it. Plus 175, Rob. What do you think about Ohtani going home again, so to speak? Never moved houses. I love that. Hey, you play on a new team? Yeah. He never moved houses. So he technically lives closer to Angel Stadium. It's a short drive for him to the park tonight.
Well, I saw Aaron Judge in multiple games this season as a -110 favorite to hit a home run. So I've definitely seen some lower numbers than this, and it's just like,
speaking of which, the Twins just hit another. Oh, it's the Yankees. Yankees, another home run in this game. It's all home runs here. Jazz Chisholm, solo home run.
And that kind of measures up with the Yankees, man.
Yeah, it's home run or bust for that club, right? I mean, it's as goofy as it is.
It really is.
Any interest in San Fran, San Diego? Giants -130 with Webb on the hill against Darvish and the Padres.
Yeah, and Darvish has kind of been almost unlucky when you look at the underlying numbers, because he's not really given up a ton of hard contact, but the runs he's allowed since coming off the IL stint would suggest that he's having like this terrible run of things. And for that reason, I do think that eventually, especially against a lineup like the Giants, that's going to actually come to fruition where he turns out some really, really good outings. And from that standpoint, we know what Logan Webb is going to provide. I really do love the under in that game. It's actually my favorite bet left on the board here tonight.
7.5, huh? Expected Darvish to really pitch well, Pitchers Park. Yeah. All right. How about last one? A's Tampa Bay.
Both guys go out there. A's Tampa Bay. I'm actually looking. It's a really fun game, especially for two lineups that I think really get after it in terms of, if you're going to attack the zone, they're going to attack you back. And the A's through the first 5 on the run line, I think, is actually a really great price. But if you want to just kind of play it a little bit safe, A's on just the first 5 money line at kind of that even-ish type of price. Ryan Pepio is always good for giving up some level of runs, and I do feel like the A's could put up like 3 or 4 in this game.
Cardinals just tried to safety squeeze and got thrown out at the home plate. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, this team's going to lose. They're going to lose 2-1. I mean, I don't mind a squeeze, but you got to make it a suicide. Don't use a safety squeeze. If you're going to do it, just do it. He was out by 1.5 miles. They're going to lose to the stinking Colorado Rockies. Unbelievable. So, how about Ohtani getting called out? Gabe and I talked about this, Rob, earlier by Dave Roberts, because he got thrown out at third base yesterday. There's got to be more to that than meets the eye, right?
I would assume so, unless it's just kind of an overall accountability thing that the Dodgers are kind of going through as an entire team. And if you make an example out of the top guy, that's probably going to trickle down to all the other dudes who are not as good as Shohei Ohtani as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Andy Pajes, who's just a constant base running train wreck.
Yeah. Rob, great job as always. UnderdogFantasy.com for all the fun. Check them out. Thanks, Rob. We'll do it again soon.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
It was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth in the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. I'm telling you, this has got 2-1 Colorado written all over it. So Cardinals had second and 1 out. They couldn't score.
You're going to jinx it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, Wetzel. You're going to bring it on. You're bringing it on. I'm telling you. And you're right. I bet you Colorado hits a home run in this inning. They're going to tie it.
Yeah. They bunted. The leadoff hitter bunted. Nice bunt. Third baseman throws the ball away, so now the Rockies have a runner on second base. It's almost kind of like a show you up a little thing, right? You guys tried to bunt on us and you failed. Okay, we'll show you. You want to make fun of us? All right, we'll on you. And the guy gets on. Third baseman throws it wild. Now we got a runner on second base. Now it's first and third. Nobody outs.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. You're bringing it on.
Unbelievable. Unstinking believable. Royals tied up Minnesota 4-4. By the way, that Cardinal game is locked right now. It was still favored. Kenny with Washington, right? 4-4. My bad. It's weird that FanDuel here says it's 4-4, but they're still giving me Kansas City plus 230. No, that can't be. Oh, now it's minus 230. Okay.
I'm kicking myself for not taking the Reds. I'm kicking myself for not taking the Astros plus 2.5 when I talked about it. They were only down 2-0. It was plus 2.5, plus 115. Kind of felt like the game was getting away. All right, here it is right now. I'm watching. I just turned on. I got every game in front of me. Not all at once. It's got to click, and I get the game here. Let's see. And they score the run right on cue. 1-1. 1-1. Colorado just scored.
Did I get an out?
Yeah, they got it out. They got it out. So it was fielder's choice. Yeah, no, fielder's choice. Ground ball to the second baseman, but they played the play at first.
Wow. What are the Brewers going to be tomorrow, by the way?
And that's the thing, Scott. That's the thing. The Rockies suck, bro. But like I'm watching right now, their dugout's all fired up. Like baseball's not like basketball where the team doesn't care anymore late. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's different baseball. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Scott. Like a team like you see them, they're all sitting on the bench. Like it's different a bit. Like I'm just saying, the Rockies dugout, you wouldn't tell their record. Like every one of them was, they're all high-fiving and they're all jacked up, bro. They care, you know?
I've heard them talk about this. They don't want to set that record for the worst record in the history of baseball. They need to go.
No one wants to be part of the worst team.
No. I mean, really, right? They need to go 12-33. Last week, after 7 straight losses, it's pretty low, right? But it was 12-40, and I thought, all right, they're definitely that's 1 out of every 5. You're going to get 1 out of every 5, right? But now, after 7 straight losses, now it's 12-33, which is just they still should be able to win 1 out of every 4, I would think. But
the White Sox players talked about it too. Like, they didn't like having a worse record. Like, they said it scarred them a bit. Like, you don't want to be – they've been playing baseball a long time, guys. Like, worst team ever is hard, like, Scott. Like, we're going back like 125 years. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we were playing baseball in 1890 or whatever. Like, it's like – worst team ever. It's like, really? It's not even a bunch of clowns in 1908 lost or something?
Yeah.
Like, no,
right?
you guys you're the worst team ever. Ever. You're the worst ever. It's like, oh, God, really? Huh? We're that bad, huh?
The Rockies will be treating their last 2, 3, 4 series like it's a World Series game, every single game. I mean, they'll be bringing a closer in the 6th inning if they have a lead. I mean, they will be just like absolutely. They took the lead.
Oh God, Rockies take a 2-1 lead.
Unbelievable.
You've been calling it, and now it happened. It goes from a no-hitter to a down 2-1.
Yeah. That's what I told you about. See, did I not tell you? I didn't do it because I generally wait till at least the 7th inning. But when
just bet on the other team with the no-hitter. Just bet on the other team.
You do. I'm telling you, there was a game 2 weeks,
It's a
3
good
weeks
point, because
ago.
once it bothers the pitcher, whether they're going to admit it or not. You know it pissed them off. And Rob brought it up. He had one into the 8th before, so he's like, son of a bitch. I was, you know what I mean? And then the next few batters, they're always distracted after.
Right.
A lot of times they'll just pull the guy right after, Scott, right? Because they know, the manager knows, he's gonna be distracted now. But you brought it up. His pitch count was so low. It wasn't an easy takeout. Like, if he's already at 80 to 90 pitches, great job, Miles. Give me the ball. Great job. Right? What are you going to do at 63 pitches, Scott? Give me the ball? What are you going to do, you know?
Yeah, you imagine bringing in a reliever, and the reliever gives up 4 runs, and, the media be like, well,
no. You want to piss off your starting pitchers, you take them out of the air. You're just going to piss everyone off. Like, exactly.
Yeah, you can't do that. So this will be horrible. But this is the difference. See, I didn't want to lay the buck 70 or so in Milwaukee, so I looked for a parlay partner, and this is what they call
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pavetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth in the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you drafted quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. So some good news, I suppose. The Cardinals didn't give up any more runs, so they trailed 2-1 heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. Full slate of baseball, including, Gabe, you want to throw out real quickly. We got Dodgers and Angels before we bring Mark Zino on. Dodgers, Angels starting in 5 minutes. Where are we going with this one for you?
I'm like a Shriner in Las Vegas on Labor Day weekend at a blackjack table right now. We're going all in. A bunch of bets on this one. We talked about Yamamoto. 1.5 ERA in his last 7. You talked about how he's even better on the road. His strikeout prop is 6.5 tonight. He's 3-1 to the over in his last 4 starts, over 6.5. Ohtani hitting 357 this year against the Angels. I think Ohtani's going to show up tonight. Unbelievable. His home run prop is all the way down to plus 175 only right now. But it feels like a Dodger win tonight. Not to mention, this is a big revenge spot for the Dodgers, guys. They got swept by the Angels earlier this year. They got outscored 23-15 in the process. So the Angels will have the Dodgers' attention tonight. I think the Dodgers get it done. And good news for me, Scott. I got a 170 right now. They adjusted. See, I didn't bite it, the 80. I was getting screwed over with a bad number. I didn't bet it, and then I finally hit refresh enough times, and I got a minus 170. So let's go with the Dodgers win. And I know Mark's got a pick on this game as well, and I don't know what you're doing with the game.
Yeah, I got the SGP with the Dodgers. Dodgers win the first inning, and then Ohtani with 2 bases and an RBI that pays almost 6-1. So, Mark, Dodgers and Angels. Mark Zitto, SportsGrid TV host. You see it here all the time here on the grid. What do you got in this one before we get to all the others?
Dodgers team total over 4.5. Jose Soriano's home road splits are pretty dynamic. On the road, 2.48 ERA, 6-2. Only given up 1 home run. Opposing batters batting .238. Go to home. ERA 5.56. He's 1-7. He's given up 7 of his 8 home runs at home this year, and the batting average over 30 points higher. I get all 9 at bats with the Dodgers against a bad Angels bullpen as well. Dodgers over 4.5.
Dodgers over 4.5, says Mark. I'm going to go, let's say a run in the first inning, too. You want the Dodgers to win the first inning, Scott? One thing with Yamamoto, I will say, he does give up early home runs at times, like a lot of these aces, right? If you're going to get Yamamoto, you can get to him early a bit, and we know the Angels do have an explosive offense, can hit the long ball. But I do think we're going to manage to get a run in the first 6 at-bats here in this game. And it's plus money, too, compared to Noah's actually favored. So, yes is minus 105. I'm going to say there's going to be a run in the first inning.
I like that. I need it. So that's why I put it in my parlay. What was your best bet of the night, Mark? I know that should be a surprise.
You want me to throw up in a bucket on TV, or should I wait till I get off screen?
Well, come on. Who was it? Who was it?
Don't tell me Minnesota.
Everything falls into place, and it just seems too easy. That was the Texas Rangers' first 5 tonight with Nathan Eovaldi around against Ryan Nelson. Ryan Nelson, again, another guy with bad road splits, an ERA pushing 6 on the road. Nathan Eovaldi has been fighting for this Cy Young. Guys, Nathan Eovaldi coming into tonight gave up 2 home runs at home all season long. He gave up 3 tonight to the Diamondbacks. They were trailing 5-1 after 5 innings. I knew the Texas Rangers bats were going to be a problem, and I worried about Arizona scoring first. They went up 1-0. I'm like, okay, still sort of alive. And then he gave up 2 more home runs. But it was just one of those things where it all set up perfectly. And, by the way, the Rangers have lost 4 in a row, right? Like they're in desperate need of a win right now to stay in a wild card. Seemed like a perfect time to play on them. So you know what happens now, Gabe and Scott? Now I have to play on the Rangers again tomorrow.
Right.
I hate that. Because if you don't, they'll score 6 runs in the first, right?
Yeah.
They're a streaky team, aren't they, though, guys? They're streaky. I mean, they get hot, then they're cold. Like, offensively, they started to heat up offensively a little bit. Let me just throw out there, too, Ohtani over 1.5 total bases tonight is only minus 125. Come on. You're telling me he's not going to rip a double off the wall? Yeah, you're telling me. And Mookie Betts, guys, plus 135 over 1.5 total bases. Mookie's starting to heat up again. He's had a better last 4 or 5 days. And Freddie Freeman total bases as well is minus 105. So I played the Dodger trifecta of total bases. I just want to throw that out there.
I'll throw another one your way if you're interested. I know it's a kind of a – I kind of like San Diego, San Fran, first 5 over 4. I know you're getting Logan Webb at home. It doesn't feel like that's a spot where you want to play against him. But, look, he hasn't been stellar post All-Star break. He got banged around by the Blue Jays and the Mets, both at lineups that are good. And his last 2 starts, he faced the Pirates who couldn't hit anybody. Well, San Diego can hit. So I think they're going to get to him. I think they're going to score against him here. And Darvish is not trustworthy at all. So I think we're going to get some runs here, despite the fact that it is San Fran and they don't score a lot. But it's just sort of one of those numbers that's begging me to look for an over. Because I tell you what, if it doesn't go over early, it ain't going over late.
Right.
Any opinion on total?
Like I said.
What about the Sacramento game with the total? We got a total of 10 there. You going to bite on that one?
No, I don't bite on totals of 10 unless I'm at Coors Field. It's not worth it. I mean, even though the A's bullpen is bad, and Pepe is shaky, but he's always got that start in him where he can shut people down, and you never know what the Athletics bats, what they're really going to be. So I'm a little bit hesitant to even touch that game, but Springs has been decent. So if Tampa's having one of their sort of, light bat nights that they have where they don't score a lot, again, maybe you could talk me into the early part, but I don't want to leave the A's bullpen out of it because they give up too many runs.
Yeah. I tell you, I like that over in the San Diego San Fran. You're right about Webb. He hasn't pitched particularly well if you want to throw out the Pirate games, which I don't have a problem with. Darvish has been really awful. I mean, they say he pitched well his last outing. He gave up 3 runs in 4 innings. I mean, if they say that's well, then how about he's pitched beforehand? Outside of a start against the Mets, he's been brutal. So
his ERA would be even higher if he didn't have that start against the Mets. And the road starts have been particularly bad. He's given up at least 3 runs in all of them and never going past 5 innings. So if he gives up 3 runs here, all we need is 1 from San Diego against Webb, and you at least get out of there with a push.
Any props or anything in that Tampa Bay A's game? Springs, the pitcher for the A's, has actually done fairly well his last couple of starts. I have his numbers here. I think it's like 2 runs. Where is it? 2-0, ERA at 2 over his last 3 starts. Just 7 hits he's allowed his last 18 innings. Want to play it over spring strikeout prop?
No,
or outs prop?
Just outs. That's what I would look at more than anything. Outs recorded from him 17.5. See, the problem is 17.5 is what I'm seeing on FanDuel. Right. Going 6 innings here.
6 innings.
I don't know. If I was at 15.5 or 16.5, right? Like where he's just got to get into the 6th, I'm like, all right, I feel okay about it, but that's a tough number. I mean, really, it kind of just depends on, and here's the thing about that. I mean, he could be cruising along and only give up 1 run, but if his pitch count gets too high, he's going to get yanked. And that's the thing you have to worry about. You need a lot to go right for that number to hit when you start talking about going 6+ innings.
When you consider how almost rare it is that pitchers go deep, I don't like to say if you bet something blindly, but I like to see the numbers, guys, as far as like that 18.5, right? Like the 17.5 to go 6, right? Like I would imagine it's got to be to the under, Scott. Like how many pitchers actually go that far?
Not many.
You know what? I agree with you, but with him, I'll tell you what, it's actually not bad. He's gone 6 innings or more at home. We'll use the home ones, right? Go back to April. 6 innings against San Diego, 1. 6 innings against the White Sox, 2. 5 innings against Seattle, so that's 1. 6 innings against Philadelphia, that's 3-1. 6 2/3 against Minnesota, 4-1. 7 against Cleveland, 5-1.
So 6 is his thing then. Yeah, so 6 is his thing, yeah.
Yeah, 8-1. 9 starts at home. He's gone 6 innings, 8 out of the 9 starts.
That's why the over is juiced to -35. So
now I got to play this, guys. Great job bringing this up. Now I got no choice but to bet this.
And they'll get whacked in the 3rd inning by Tampa Bay and buy themselves a hit. So, Mark, great job. As always, Mark said, appreciate it. We're doing it against Philly. Thank you.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
Was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pivetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth in the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire. only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadur's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe checking out a little baseball. Thanks to Mark Zitto, who you see it here all the time here on the grid. So that is interesting. You know, I generally like playing pitcher out props. Back to that Tampa Bay Athletics game. And, you know, generally it's 15 and a half. They'll either go 14 and a half or more times than not 15 and a half. And pitchers go 5 innings, and it's just a fluky thing. It's a 50-50 bet, basically, right? But then every once in a while, you'll get a number like it is for Jeffrey Springs, pitcher of the A's tonight. It's 17 and a half. But as we looked it up, it's not bad. In 9 home starts, he's 8-1, going 6 innings or more, which would be to the over, obviously. And then overall, he's 16-8. So he is one of the rare pitchers, Gabe, that actually goes 6 innings. They let him pitch, and surprisingly enough, even at home. And now you got Tampa Bay, which is not exactly a power hitting team. It's not a
He's
bad,
one of the rare
what?
pitchers
like
they
that.
have, Scott. They're a pitcher that doesn't kill their bullpen. So I guess they figure, he you know what I mean? We'll leave him in. This is, you know what I mean? 'Cause everyone else, our bullpen pitches all the time, right? So it's sort of a method to the madness. I'll bite. I'll ride the trend tonight. Light night tonight. I won't go crazy with it, but I'll grab a piece of it. I'll jump in. Will Smith batting right now, 2 out. Freeman lined it. He hit it hard on a rope, but right to the second baseman. So 2 out in the inning. Mookie Betts still on first base right now. Astros up 5-2, Scott, on the Red Sox. Spot them a 2-0 lead, and they come back. They put 5 unanswered up.
Yeah, that was the play, boy. I tell you, listen, I know Crochet's been great, so I understand why no one would have done it. But I liked Houston to begin with. Didn't want to, lay those odds on the Red Sox, and they were up 2-0. Boy, you were getting 2 and change with the Astros. It's not over, only the 5th inning, but at 5-2.
It was plus 115, plus 2.5 runs even. Even the 2.5. I said, man, it's 2.5 runs plus 115. That's pretty good. But it almost kind of felt like it could be a blowout early, Scott, right? It was 2-0 early, and was it going to blow up? Crochet on the hill, but we both agreed before the game started. We said it's the Astros or pass. Just can't bite on the Red Sox at that price tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I know we got some games obviously going on today, but I do want to bring up one for tomorrow because it's funny. I didn't see who the starting pitchers were, and I saw Milwaukee was Pick'em at home. I'm like, Pick'em? They've won 10 in a row. They haven't lost since, April, for goodness sakes. They're the hottest team in baseball, best team in baseball. Then I realized who's pitching for Pittsburgh. It's like,
it's Paul Skeens Day.
It's Skeens Day.
Skeens versus Peralta. Skeens versus Peralta.
Classic. This is the classic, bettors.
Milwaukee, you're going to beat
what do you
them.
do? Right. Do you bet the hottest team in baseball, 10 in a row, 25-4, assuming they close out today's 7-1 lead? Or do you bet the best
minus
pitcher maybe in
125
baseball?
right now? Pittsburgh plus 105, I see. Minus 125, total of 7. I'll take the Brew Crew.
Me too.
Pittsburgh don't score for Skeens.
Yeah. He's been under 7 or 8 of his last 9, 7 of 8 or 8 of 9 at 7. And they don't even come close. He's in nothing but 2-1, 3-1.
I'm surprised they don't make it
games.
6.5. That's what I'm saying. I just blindly bet the unders. I usually don't take a side, Scott, when Skeens pitches. I should bet against them more because they don't win, but I do respect them. So I just sort of blindly bet the under. And he normally is pitching against a pretty good pitcher as well, right? As we've talked about.
Right.
So you get Peralta on the hill here. Hard not to like the Brew Crew at minus 125, man.
Yeah, with Peralta, I mean, you're not getting a scrub, I mean, you're not getting like Jose, not that he's a scrub, but you're not getting Jose Quintana where you could see him getting lit up. I mean, you're getting one of their best
Nestor
pitchers.
Cortez.
Yeah, or Nestor Cortez, right? I mean, it really, this is a great example, Gabe, of something we talked about. Just the over emphasis on the starting pitcher. You have the best team in baseball, record-wise, against, what is Pittsburgh? The second worst team in baseball. They got the fewest home runs. They've scored the fewest runs. I mean, they're the bottom of the barrel, but it's basically pick them because Paul Skeens, who's going to throw 5 innings, maybe 6, right? And he's going to leave the game in a 2-1 game, win or lose, or leading or losing. What's the difference? You're still going to have to survive 3 innings of the Pirate bullpen. That to me is a minus 120 bet with Milwaukee tomorrow.
We talk about Milwaukee being not that big of favorites for the most part. As you stated, I mean, I get it. Skeens is awesome, but it just goes to show the books know what they're doing with these numbers, right? The public don't take the Brewers very much, Scott, right? They just don't.
Yeah.
And it's evidence. And there's our run in the first inning. And not good for you with the Dodgers winning the first inning.
No, I saw the one. I thought the one was on the Dodgers.
Zach Nato. Home run, 18th. That's the one thing the Angels do, Scott. They hit long balls, this team.
Yeah,
they're they're the top home run hitting team in the league, basically. Like right at the top, 1-2, whatever. Like they're bouncing around right there at the top. They hit home runs. And what did I say, Scott? And what did I say for people that are listening? Yamamoto. Yeah. Yamamoto gives up a lot of solo home runs, Scott, in the first inning. He'll give up like another run in 6 innings type thing. You know what I mean? Like this is his thing. Yamamoto, like he'll give up an early run. It's not surprising, and he'll calm down. Now we got another hard hit ball actually, but this one's caught at the warning track. So 1-0, cash it. Yeah,
it's the great Maddox of the Angels. Get or no, actually Glavine. It was Tommy Glavine. Gives up 5 runs.
Give up an early run.
Yeah, and that was it. It was over. They tried everything in the world of Brady. They would have a warm up, not warm up, this, that, and they never could get that first inning thing fixed. So, yeah, all right. So there goes my SGP right out the window. 1-0 because of that first inning bet. So, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Texas scored, so now that officially puts the game over 7.5 and 6-2. So Arizona leads 6-2, bottom of the 6th inning. Kind of figure that when they put 5 on the board early, but I've seen Texas games. But that was a tough one. Yeah, that was like
6.
I don't know.
11.5 right now is the new in-game total there. That's the new one, 11. Now the Dodgers become plus 105, guys. You want to talk about an opportunity to jump in on LA. Plus 105. It's 1-0, guys. Let's not chill out. And I'm watching the game. Yeah. There's more Dodger fans than Angel fans. It looks like it's a Dodger Stadium game. Like, it's a lot of blue in the stands. They'll be fine, the Dodgers. Yamamoto will settle down. Like I said, it's not a surprise. He often gives up an early home run.
Yeah. They lead the majors and comeback wins with this officially would be since they're trailing 1-0. So you're getting them plus odds at plus 102. And if they even tie it, they'll go back to being a minus 150, 160 favorite. So, all right, we'll take a look at our college football feature when we come back with this team. Pretty good team coming up.
You have to imagine it'll be Rory and Tommy. So that is just such a strong foursomes pairing. And then I look over here at the Americans. I'm like, golly, if Patrick Cantlay, they just need him to make the team because you got Scotty and Russell. If Xander's going out, you have to him and Pat have been so good in the foursomes. Bryson's going to have to play. Who's he going to play with?
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
It was already pretty solid up top, but you had the bottom that's that much better with Ryan O'Hearn and Lariano. We now have a well-rounded lineup on top of a great pitching staff. Michael King is expected to start making his rehab starts. So you have him plus Pavetta plus Dylan Cease. You Darvish is back. You have the frontline pitching, the depth of the lineup, and now a great bullpen. You have it all.
I really like it. I do. Sometimes I get caught up in the Padres because of what they can be.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Jalen Lane, 4th-round receiver from Virginia Tech, who's a dynamic slot receiver. Run after the catch. He's had a phenomenal camp. Really great offseason. He is really gifted. And obviously with McLaurin not practicing, he's getting a lot more of a look. Right. Now, the problem is, without McLaurin, they're not very deep at the outside receiver position. But Jalen Lane is a stud talent. I'm telling you, this kid should have gone higher.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
We don't care where you were drafted. You outperform somebody, you're going to be on that football field. Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances where you draft a quarterback number 3 overall. Yeah, they're going to try him out for the next 3 to 4 years, even if he's not as good as anybody on that roster. But from Shadour's perspective, that's probably the case. Tyler Huntley, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of names on that list, not a lot of good names on that list, so he can earn a job on this football team.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe rounded out another quick 2 hours here on SportsGrid. Keep an eye on the baseball. We'll check the scores one more time. We'll also review what we're going to do with Golden State and Connecticut in the WNBA. But also been looking at a college football team every single day. One team, as we get closer, like I said, we'll do a lot more of this. But I'd like to have some fun with some of this stuff, Gabe. And I was looking at the Vanderbilt last night. Their win total is 4.5. It is juiced, minus 192. And as I told you, I like to go through the team, figure out wins and losses, and then I look at the actual line. And if I got a 2-game discrepancy, 2-0 Angels, then it's one of those that kind of jumps off the page for me, right? So Vandy's got 18 starters coming back from last year's bowl team, including their quarterback, Pavia. The problem with them is their schedule is just brutal. I don't know how. Boy, you look at Texas' schedule, which is a joke in the SEC, and Vandy's schedule, which is just a landmine. I mean, it's just outside of the first 4, Charleston Southern should be a win. At Va Tech, that's the key one. At South Carolina, probably a loss. Then Georgia State and Utah State. If they can go 4-1, then we need one more win, which you would think would be easy. But get a load of this schedule. At Alabama, they're not beating Alabama again. LSU, Missouri, Texas. They got Auburn and Kentucky at home. That's where that extra, that 5th win would come into play. And then at Tennessee. I mean, outside of Georgia, they have every single good team in the SEC on their schedule. I don't know how it worked out that way, that they get completely screwed, but that's why it's 4.5. Otherwise, this would be a 7-8 win football team. I like what they did last year. I love the Pavia kid. They're not going to surprise anybody this year, but you know what? I believe in them. I think they get 5 wins.
You know what? It's going to be tough with this schedule. There's a run, guys, in the month of October. October 4th, Vanderbilt at Alabama. October 18th, LSU at Vanderbilt. October 25th, Missouri at Vanderbilt. November 1st, Vanderbilt at Texas. November 8th, Auburn at Vanderbilt. Like, that's a 5-week stretch. That's just like, and Auburn aren't elite, but they're still good. And Auburn are going to be better this year. They're going in the right direction. That Kentucky game, you could argue, is winnable for them. They end the season at Tennessee, right? It's real tough, Scott. We always talk about these key games. There's a key game for them, their second game of the season. If they could win at Virginia Tech, right? If they could steal that game in Virginia Tech, it puts them into position to get there. But I'm not sure they beat Virginia Tech at Tech.
They were weird last year.
They have the toughest schedule. They do have the toughest schedule in the SEC. They have the toughest SEC conference schedule. I have the list, Scott, from the hardest to technically the easiest. And it's one of the reasons why I think Missouri is a steal at over 6.5 this year. Number one, they're a damn good program. Like, these guys are consistently putting 9-10 wins on the board, and people really aren't paying attention to them because they're not a traditional SEC team, Scott. But, Missouri don't play a road game until October 18th.
Wow.
Like, if you look at Missouri's schedule, and they play at Auburn, their non-conference schedule, Scott, Central Arkansas, Louisiana, UMass.
I mean, even their SEC schedule, they got no.
Yeah, if you look at Missouri, they have the easiest SEC schedule, Scott. Like, they should win 10 games.
Yeah. And what's their number? 6.5?
6.5. Like, it's like minus 145 to the over. Like, way too light.
Still. I mean, they're not going to lose to Central Arkansas. They're not losing to Louisiana. They're not losing to UMass, right? So there's three just absolutes right there. Could they lose to South Carolina at home? I guess so. At Auburn, at Vandy, you figure they're going to get one of those two, right? You know? Then they got Mississippi State. They're not going to lose to Mississippi State blows. So there's really 4 automatic wins. I mean, there's no Georgia. There's no Texas. There's no LSU. I mean,
how about this one?
Vandy's got them all.
No, I tell you. Scott, I'm doing my best win totals. Like, I have it circled. I'm betting it big, but yeah, Missouri over, dude. It's kind of one of those sleeper ones. Another one, too, is Mississippi State, Scott. We could talk about them and down the week. Their win total is like 3.5, but they went 0-8 last year in the SEC. And how about this, Scott? They play 4 teams that were in the college football playoffs last year, Mississippi State. Like, they're in trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they get to 4 this year, even if they win all their non-conference games.
Yeah, I don't think so. Gabe, great job as always. It'll be Gabe and Cam over the next 2 days. I'm getting my daughter from college, believe it or not. So enjoy your week, folks. We'll talk to you later on.